All right, Dad, we make about a quarter of our revenue here on YouTube, and we do. I promise we read every single comment.
No,
and
not every single
most
comment.
of them.
Yes.
I want to set the stage.
Yes.
YouTube has a clickbait problem. Okay, we participated. I participated. You don't. I do. But YouTube has a problem. We're just players. This is my plea to essentially say we're beholden right now to YouTube clickbait, and I wish we didn't have to be, and I'm sorry that we are. But that's the reality of the situation.
To quote William Shakespeare, to clickbait or not to clickbait, that is the question.
There are 20 people on the staff at YAA, 20 people, not just us, 18 other folks, and we have salaries that we pay. And we are trying to build something that's really impactful and beneficial to humanity. Like seriously, the idea is to empower consumers for all things auto, and that is expensive to try and build. And again, a quarter of the money we make comes from YouTube. So it's really hard for me.
Yes.
When I wake up every morning and I come up with a thumbnail and a title to not come up with something that I know will get views. And the information, Dad, is super helpful.
I agree that the information we provide is super helpful. And I understand the conundrum that you find yourself in. My only concern is that it paints us with the same type of brush that we paint dealerships, in that we use bait and switch in order to get people in. And I believe that you try to justify that because your theory is, well, we want to get you in because we're actually trying to do something good for you, as opposed to the car dealers who are actually trying to separate you from your money.
It's not like I consciously wake up and think what you just said. Not at all. Okay. I literally think what gets the most views, because that makes the most YouTube ad revenue. So that means we can make payroll. Like that's literally what I think. And I am so desperate for the day, Dad, where we don't have to be reliant on YouTube ad revenue. And we have enough members. We've sold enough insurance policies, like all the things you've seen us invest in to build. Mm-hmm. I think we're maybe like 6 to 8 months away from the YouTube ad revenue. We wouldn't have to be reliant upon that. Why do you think we haven't taken a sponsor for the channel? Because that would be like the next step. And we can't go there because we're trying to actually build something. Do I want to erode trust with people? No. Do I want to make sure that people view the content we're creating? Yes. And it's been really hard. And that's why, honestly, I take responsibility for the titles and thumbnails. I do that every morning. Mm-hmm. But damn it, YouTube perpetuates this. YouTube promotes the videos that are the most hyperbolic. Like literally, Dad, I don't know how much you watch. I know you don't watch other automotive YouTubers. No. But Dad, I'm like not at the bottom in terms of how bad it can get. Like literally, there are thumbnails of folks like, okay, so, and YouTube promotes the hell out of those videos.
All I will say is whoever invented the internet, it's their fault, because anything you look at on the internet, no, seriously.
It's my fault because I play the game.
Everything you see on the internet, okay, it's all clickbait. They use clickbait titles to get the NBA world reacts to.
That's what media companies do. Media companies make money by having eyeballs on things. Why do you think we are desperate to not be a media company? We are determined to be a membership. Like, thank you to the 1,000 people last month that signed up for YAA+. That makes us less reliant, every single time less reliant. And then we can go do videos that get very few views relative to our other videos, but are the role play videos or the videos where we're explaining ins and outs of the dealership or the repair shop. Those are the videos we want to do, but they don't necessarily pay the bills.
Yeah, they don't generate the income.
And we're 3 years into this, gang. We are so close to not have to be reliant on that. And again, I take responsibility, and we should change. And quite frankly, as soon as we're able to financially justifiably change, we will change. You will not see my dad's face with fire burning around it every Monday through Friday. But in the meantime, that's what we have to do to be able to invest in the team that we're building. And again, the information we're providing is not disingenuous. Like the information we provide, I think is high quality. I've never looked at one of the videos we've done, Dad, and said, okay, we are misinforming folks, or we are just trying to spin a story in a certain way. I know people get upset with us that used car prices aren't dropping in their area, but seriously, just contact the damn dealer. The prices are falling. Like, we use titles and thumbnails to get people to click because that's what YouTube promotes. And then we provide the best information we possibly can. I sleep generally pretty good knowing that that's how we do it.
Well, I'm glad you do. And I appreciate you coming forward and sharing your thoughts with our viewership out there. And I'm looking forward to the day that the thumbnails can be a little less hyperbolic and a little more truly reflective of what's going on, and that the quality of what we're doing, of the information that we're trying to provide, is good enough and strong enough that people would seek it out regardless of whether or not we had to use clickbait titles to get you to do it.
And the fact that millions of people each month still engage with us 3 years in, we are incredibly thankful, appreciative, and I do not take for granted the trust that we've built with every person that engages in our community. And I recognize that in an instant, it's taken us years to build that, but in an instant we could lose it. And so again, I do read the comments. There's a reason we're making this video. It's so that you understand why I make the decisions that I make. It's not in an effort to want to lose your trust. Far from it. That's the biggest asset we've built here. And so I just want you to understand what goes through my mind at 6:30 every morning as I'm eating my bowl of oatmeal and I'm looking at the blank screen and I say, okay, how do we get someone to be interested in watching this?
It kind of goes back to retail in an essence. When I had the golf store, I realized very quickly that just because I unlocked the door every morning didn't mean anybody had to actually walk through it. It just meant it was unlocked. Okay. And so I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to make sure people walk through the door. Yeah. I get it. I understand it. I don't 100% agree with the way we necessarily try to get the people to come through the door, but I'm thankful that the people that do come through the door find value in what it is once we've gotten them through the door. Something like that.
I wonder if we should cold turkey, tomorrow, remove the clickbait, really just focus on the education, really just focus. We'd be okay. I mean, it would be like, we could do it. I think I'm faced with that choice sooner than later, and it's tough, man. It's really tough.
No, I get it. I think the vast majority of our subscribers get it, and I think the vast majority understand that that's just the game that needs to be played. It's not necessarily the game we want to play or that you want to play, but it's not your bat and ball in that sense. Yeah. The way the game has been set up is that it takes clickbait titles to get eyeballs. You didn't set the game up this way. You're just trying to play within the rules as they've been given to you.
I know, but then I perpetuate the game. I'm very curious to read the comments on this video. I'm sure some of you will appreciate the transparency and others will flame me for doing what you already know I do. I'm curious to read it. I appreciate everyone. We appreciate it. We've built a business and have a team of 18 other people because of your viewership. So regardless of how you take this video, please recognize that we are thankful and we are appreciative. End scene. Thank you for doing this. Back to the regular scheduled content tomorrow. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Hanson.